But for now, we bring you back to the big story that's dominated throughout the week, and the ANC has suffered a massive blow in this year's municipal elections. For the first time in democratic South Africa, the party received less than 50% of votes cast. Now, will this trend continue into the future, and what can the party do to win back its support, if that's even possible? And to answer these questions and more, I'm joined by Blame Me on Apartheid author and political analyst Thamsanqa Malinga. Thamsanqa, many thanks for your time this morning. And I mean, the question I posed in my intro about how the ANC can get back its support in the coming elections in 2024, I mean, is that even a possibility given the outcome of this local government election?
The possibilities are endless for the ANC at this present moment. The one thing that they need to do is to apply a futuristic type of strategic planning, where they don't need to focus on their upcoming conference, but they need to focus on the upcoming national elections, where they then start saying, what is it that we need to achieve in the next national elections? They cast the numbers, and then they ask themselves, how are we going to achieve that? Then they go back to say, what we've gained now, we need to ensure that we deliver. And with the years that we left with in government before the next national elections, we need to make sure that we deliver, But now the problem is with them, they will not be thinking of the next national elections. They will be thinking of, from now on, they are thinking it will largely be on their next NGC and their next conference in terms of which slates wants to take out which slate and which slates wants to rule. So that's why I'm saying the possibilities are endless. But now we know the ANC. The ANC will not be thinking of the next elections and those after the next ones. They will be thinking of the very immediate. How do we bring our slate into the playing fields? And that will then further lead it to self-cannibalize.
Right, and it's a huge problem for the ANC because things have obviously gone horribly wrong for them. Let's speak about the now, the fact that coalition conversations are taking place. The ANC is being locked out by parties like the DA, which are having discussions with other parties. I mean, it's a scramble for the ANC to find a partnership that will actually keep them hanging on to power in some of our big metros.
There is a term that's used to describe kids in isiZulu that says "ocha itata," meaning when you see a toddler running after the dogs, trying to run after this one or run after this one. The ANC is finding itself in that position, trying to run after each of those smaller parties. Action SA has said, not in a 300 million years will they talk to them. The DA doesn't want to talk to them because then if the DA starts talking to them, it's futuristic thinking says you will lose more votes to the Freedom Front Plus. Now, the ANC is finding itself at the crossroads where some in the ANC want to talk to the DA for policies, because the president has always been said that his policies are pro-DA. But if he does that, then he's reviving the RET faction, But again, some of his advisors might say, if we talk to the EFF, they will make sure that the RET faction grows within the movement, So it's just a big conundrum for them. One is wondering what is going to happen. It's easier in provinces like KZN where they can just go to the IFP and then get the IFP vote, and then they form the municipality in eThekwini. But in Tshwane, in Johannesburg, and other hung municipalities, it's just going to be difficult for them. Even if they put the smaller parties together, they might not reach the numbers that they need. The one party that will make them reach the numbers and just exceed them is the DA, but damned if they approach them and damned if they don't.
Sure, very interesting insights coming out of what the ANC is going through in these coalition discussions. We've run out of time, but very briefly, I have to ask you about the NEC meeting, which is resuming today. Obviously, coalitions is going to be top of the agenda, but what do you reckon are some of the other issues that the party will be unpacking at that meeting?
It's the issue of performance in the national elections. I mean, never ever since we've started having democratic elections in this country have they performed so dismally. And that is why yesterday you saw on social media there was a Heads of Ramaphosa hashtag, and then people started speculating to say, no, this is a paid-for campaign to preempt whatever backlash is going to receive at the NEC today. So the issue of performance is going to take centerfold.
And it's very interesting because I think out of the major leaders of the major parties, President Cyril Ramaphosa was one who was really, really working hard, campaigning throughout different parts of the country, really resonating with people. Obviously, that not coming through at the polls, but some work that he did. So thank you very much, Thamsanqa. He's a political analyst.